Great to have you joining us here today, regardless of what day, time, place, etc. It's wonderful to have you here. And today we're looking at is we're continuing our look as we move towards Advent, and sort of this season of Advent, and trying to look at Christmas, to really get prepared for the day and prepared for the day in a way that's not just about shopping lists and about did you buy the gift, did you not buy the gift, did you all that stuff. Just trying to put that aside, and maybe this, just try to break, as one author put it beautifully, I think, break our tired patterns of fear. Break our tired patterns of fear. And to find a way to have this Advent word beginning, this new Advent adventure, this new beginning, and what that can look like in our lives. And I love, again, the fact that it comes out of the gratitude of Thanksgiving. It seems very liturgically appropriate. So today, what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about a dream. A lot of these we mentioned yesterday. The Bible's filled with a lot of prophecies about Jesus is coming, the Messiah is coming, and these go back thousands and thousands of years, and they're beautiful, and they're kind of throwing a dream out there, and this beautiful dream. And I think part of what we're asked to do is to learn to host the dream. And I like that word host on purpose. We're supposed to invite this dream in because there are parts of faith that are sort of formulaic. Like what we do every day here sort of has a formula, a rhythm to it that's very beneficial, kind of gets us out of ourselves. And much of faith lies beyond a formula. So the formulas are important, but there's a lot that's beyond it. And maybe it's kind of like traffic signals. I don't know. That we need to have all those things, those routines that kind of get us from point A to point B. The point is they're to get us to point A to point B, but they're not the point. They never are, and never were. And they're great conversations to have around what the formulas are. And the dream is the most important thing. And I want to read you part of that dream. Again, this is from Isaiah. And it's interesting. Isaiah is known as the poet laureate of hope, and we'll be reading a number of his different things, different prophecies within Isaiah. It comes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years before the birth of Christ. And it was written in a very unstable, it was written in a very dark, dark, dark time. And yet within that dark, dark time came all these really hopeful scriptural things that we hear a lot over Christmas, and you'll recognize them, I think, if you've been around the Christian tradition. If you haven't, they sure are beautiful poetry. So today we're looking at one here. This is from Isaiah 11, and just listen to this as a dream. The wolf shall live with the lamb, the leopard shall lie down with the kid, in other words, the baby goat, the calf and the lion and the fatling together, in other words, the fatling together, and a little child shall calf, I should say, and a little child shall lead them. Isn't that beautiful there, right? All these things, all these imageries, all this imagery of peace, and the idea that a little child will lead them. The cow and the bear shall graze, which is, even that is sort of a startling image. Their young shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. And you think about, folks, like the time that this was written in, and the people this was written to. Life was very binary. There were clearly the good guys and the bad guys, and it sort of is hard for us to imagine today a world where your very existence was always on tenterhooks. Your very existence was always up for question, because literally there were lions and tigers and bears. Not, I'm not even talking necessarily the animals. I'm talking the figurative other tribes that they were living within, the challenges they were living within, the hard times they were living within, the disease, all that stuff. Like, they were living within these really, really, really dark times. And here's Isaiah saying, look, host a dream in your heart. And it's a dream where all these relationships somehow change. And just holding that as a dream. And it's interesting with these prophecies, folks, because what they don't give us, they give us a dream. They don't give us formulas. And there is a time, right? As I said, a time for formulas and a time to just like sit in the dream for a minute. And like last night, just a beautiful example of that. Beautiful example with these groups we're running on gratitude, and just seeing all these different faces up there from across the country, and these two groups we had. And just like I took a moment, just, oh, let's just take a breath and look at how beautiful this is. And it sure is. That we have to take moments. We have to take moments to see the dream. We have to take moments to allow the dream in, because so much, like, we want to dive right into the practical, and oftentimes we can just refuse to pause and just remember that there is a dream here. And those dreams, they get realized in very precious little ways. A couple of people that were talking last night, made a beautiful comment about how similar their fathers sounded, and these people had never met before, but they had a wonderful conversation about their dads. Like, that's just it. I mean, I don't have great language around it. That's it. And you don't, the formulas help, but that's not about a formula. You don't enact a formula to get to that place. It's just, there is that place. We do what we do to kind of set it up, and then we allow the spirit to move. And the spirit will move through the world and will show us like these little dreams. And those dreams are so important, folks. And my takeaway today: don't lose track of your dream. Don't lose track of your dream. God's giving you a dream. He's giving you a dream this Advent season. It may be for a better relationship. It may be for more hope, peace, love, joy in your life. I don't know what it is, but hold on to that. Even allow the imagery of the dream may seem a little like far fetched. Like, can that really happen? Like, oh my goodness, can the wolf and the calf, can they really, the lion and the cow, can all that stuff come together? And I think Jesus just smiles and goes, yeah, give me enough time and maybe it all can. So that's my thought for today, folks. It's just allow there to be a gentleness around holding a dream this Christmas season, and really think about that word, like hosting the dream, hosting it, just allowing it to kind of work on you. Of course, there's times to take steps and all that, but maybe today we can just host the dream a little bit. And if there's someone who you want to talk to about that, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you about that. If you want to share it with me, you're more than welcome to, or share it with a friend or a loved one, because I think there's something about when we speak it out loud. So that's my thought today, friends. Thank you so much for joining us. And oh goodness, I totally forgot my phone. So I'm going to have to respond to you folks on Facebook. I will do it in written form today. And so what you can do is you can leave a comment up on New Church Live's Facebook page. Again, we stream to a number of different platforms. The place where most of the comments get read are on the New Church Live's Facebook page. So I'll be reading those and responding in written form today because I forgot my phone upstairs. Oops. And yeah, just our own little bit of community conversation here. So with that, dear friends, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little meditation, followed by prayer, followed by a blessing, and then we'll close today's service. So, again, and thank you, thank you folks for joining me. Just, this is a little part of a dream, actually, that we can just get together every morning around the things that are important. Some days, are ordinary and some days aren't. And regardless, just this touch point is indeed a very important part of my life. And I'm so, so, so grateful that you folks share it together with me in the mornings. So with that, friends, let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do is we're going to ring a prayer bell. For those of you who are joining for the first time, you just listen to the end of the bell, and then we do a little meditation from the Old Testament. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and bring you peace and bring you home. Amen. All right, folks. If you want to leave a comment, which I certainly hope you do, please leave it up on our New Church Live Facebook page, and I'll be responding to you there. Again, you can respond any time of the week, any time of the day or night, and we will eventually get around to making a comment back to you and checking in, seeing how life's going. So with that, folks, wishing you all the very best. God bless. Have a good day and cherish that dream a little bit. Bye-bye.